Ah yes, Mobile Legends players, a unique species. Last time we exposed the truth behind some of your favorite heroes. But guess what? We're not done yet. Y'all thought we forgot about your main? This time we're diving deeper into the madness. Welcome to MLBB Players' Personalities, Part 2. Let's start with Hayabusa mains. Y'all really think you're the main character in a Naruto episode? Haya mains are the watch this squad. Flashy, fast, and always trying to clip someone. They'll dive under tower, pull it off, and vanish like it was nothing. They don't talk trash. They let their shadow clones do it. Always farming, always lurking. But some Hayabusa players are just insufferable. They become delusional, jumping into 1 vs 5 without any backup. Bro, you really thought you were gonna hit that shadow clone jutsu, but instead you just shadow fed the enemy team. Congrats. You're the buffet. Hayabusa mains really be like, it's okay, I can 1 vs 5, and then they ult into the enemy team like it's a TikTok challenge. How are you gonna build full damage and still do less DPS than the tank?
How? 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 I don't know.
At this point, just build immortality and call it a day. Oh wait, you already do that after feeding 10 kills. Next on our list, we got Argus players. Argus mains are wild, absolute chaos players who live for 1 vs 5 fantasies. They're aggressive, overconfident, and treat death timers like mild inconveniences. They press ult like it's a reverse Uno card and dive towers for fun. They don't play smart, they play epic. You think immortality means invincibility, but your teammates are dying of secondhand embarrassment. You're not unstoppable, you're just consistently delusional. Though some Argus play the game to complete their 5x30 every day, the usual Kegel exercise every MLBB player should do. A good Argus player is a menace to the society, seeking violence every time he's poked. Even marksman players aren't safe from them. Not even the base can save them. Shredding everything that comes in his pathway. They're also the kings of split pushing. You'll find them in the side lane, hitting minions while the enemy team is taking Lord and destroying the base. Now let's talk about Harith players. A Harith player is the embodiment of high-risk, high-reward gameplay. They're drawn to the hero because of his flashy dashes, burst damage, and the illusion of being untouchable. But they often confuse untouchable with unhinged. They're the type to lock in Harith the second they see him available, regardless of team composition or enemy picks. We need a mage? Don't worry, I'll carry, they say, only to feed the enemy assassin before the first turtle spawns. Harith players have an unhealthy obsession with their S2. They'll spam it like it's the only button on their screen, dashing around the map like a caffeinated squirrel. But here's the thing. Harith mains are bursty, aggressive, and always in motion. They understand cooldown math like it's religion and jump into fights like they've already seen the outcome. They don't ask for backup. They ask why the team isn't moving at hyperspeed too. In summary, a Harith player is a chaotic mix of overconfidence, questionable decision-making, and a love for flashy plays. They're the kind of player who can either hard carry a game or single-handedly throw it with no in-between. They're frustrating to play against, but even more frustrating to play with. Up next, we got Lancelot spammers. A good Lancelot player is a master of timing and precision, always positioning themselves in a way that maximizes their damage output without getting caught. They use their skills strategically, not just for show. When they hit that thorned rose, it's not a random spam, but a carefully aimed skill that catches enemies off guard and disorients them. Good Lancelot players know when to engage and when to retreat. Bad Lancelot players, on the other hand, are like a walking disaster in every team fight. They'll use their thorned rose in the wrong direction, missing the mark and just spinning around like a confused ballerina. Lancelot mains are smooth talkers, show-offs, and secretly soft inside. They live for style points and will take a death if it means landing 1 clean dash combo. They're not even toxic, just too pretty to be held accountable. If ego was an item, they'd be full build. Up next, we got our fan favorite Kagura users. Kagura mains are patient, precise, and kind of toxic in a classy way. They think 5 steps ahead, always calculating angles, and they love outplaying people just to flex their mechanics. They'll never say GG, but will upload that one parasol snipe to TikTok instantly. Cold hands, warm kill feed. Shout out to all those Kagura mains out there, by the way. Trust me, those Hayabusa users are drooling while watching your gameplays.
You better get the best for me.
Not all Kagura mains are masterminds, though. Some even own a Starlight or a flashy epic skin, but still plays like they just installed the game. Drip can't cover up bad gameplay, bro. Some even think playing Kagura makes you a genius, but your decision-making skills are on par with an AFK Layla. Y'all are just Karina mains in disguise, spamming basic combos and calling it skill. On number 6 on our list, we got Clint mains. Clint mains are straight shooters, literally and personality-wise. They've got clean aim, great positioning, and zero tolerance for bad rotations. Old school, reliable, and always packing damage. They don't panic. They just kite backwards and erase health bars. Gritty hands, gold-fed ego. On number 7, we got Arlot mains. Arlot mains are the broody types who love being the center of attention, but pretend they don't. They have good mechanics, love a clean one versus 3, and will call the jungle trash when they die solo laning. They play with a chip on their shoulder and treat stuns like a love language. Drama queens with insane mechanics. On number 8, we got Beatrix mains. B mains are cracked, always sweaty, always calculating DPS mid-fight. They know every range, every bullet count, and treat the battlefield like a custom lobby. They'll solo lord, survive with 1 HP, and ping retreat while sprinting at the enemy core. But some Beatrix mains swear they're mechanical gods. But in reality, they just switch weapons like a confused Call of Duty player and still miss half their shots. You got 4 guns, yet somehow none of them hit the enemy. How is that even possible? Next on our list, we got Ling mains. Ah yes, every Angela user's crush. Ling mains are chill, confident, and hella stylish. They love the high skill vibe and look down on basic mobility heroes. They always think they're carrying even when they're 2/7. They're calm until they die mid-wall and then blame lag, climbing walls like rents do. Ling mains think they're gods of the sky, but in reality they just wall hop, die instantly, and blame no energy. Bro, you spent 80% of the match on walls, then drop down only to get 1 shot. On number 10, we got Lolita mains. Supportive, dependable, and built different. Lolita mains are the babysitters of solo queue. Blocking ults, diving in, saving teammates who don't deserve it. They die so you can live. Pure heart, tank brain. They delete enemy marksmen's hopes and dreams by blocking every single bullet. They protect squishy teammates like a human shield, even when those teammates make questionable life choices. So there you have it. We talked a lot of popular heroes this time. Was your main included? Let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Tito!